So, you want to know about Nigeria? Let's imagine it's a person, a hero, and every hero has an origin story. Long before the world drew the maps we see today, this hero was already taking its first steps. This wasn't some empty land waiting to be discovered. No, this place was alive, bustling. It was a living network of people, ideas, and trade. Think of the Nok civilization, crafting intricate terracotta sculptures over 2,000 years ago. Portraits, ideas, a message to the future. We were here. Up north, the Hausa city-states, Kano, Zaria, thrived as trans-Saharan trade hubs behind walled cities. To the southwest, the Yoruba empires, Ife and Oyo, cast lifelike bronzes and staged grand palaces for art and governance. And the Benin Kingdom, immense power, sophisticated rule. The Benin bronzes were history books in metal. Kings, queens, battles, ceremonies. This early life was rich, diverse, and strong. Many peoples weaving a vibrant tapestry, already confident and dreaming on their own terms. Every hero's journey has a moment when a stranger appears and the world changes forever. For Nigeria, ships on the Atlantic came first for trade. Mirrors, guns, for spices, ivory, palm oil. A complex dance of diplomacy and commerce began along the shore. Then the rules changed. The transatlantic slave trade began, a wound deeper than any other. People captured, families torn apart, communities shattered. Not just lives stolen, futures and generations of potential. By the 1800s, people trading slowed, but the desire for control grew. In Berlin, they drew lines that sliced through ancient kingdoms, lumped rivals together, and split families. Nigeria was stitched together by a colonial pen, not by its people. Systems of law, education, and infrastructure arrived, built to move resources outward. Voices suppressed, culture dismissed. The struggle turned global against an empire. It's complicated. Even when a hero is knocked down, the spirit to rise never dies. It waits for its moment. Learning the colonizers' language and laws, Nigerians asked, "If freedom is good for you, why not for us?" The whisper became a roar. Intellectuals, lawyers, journalists, activists organized and fought with ideas, words, protests, and politics. Leaders across regions built a shared vision for an independent Nigeria. After World War II, empires waned. The momentum became unstoppable. October 1st, 1960, the British flag lowered, Nigeria's green and white rose. The air felt electric. A wave of joy and hope swept the land. A promise to make their own laws, elect their leaders, and control vast resources. Anything felt possible. But the hardest chapter was about to begin. The hero's story was far from over. Freedom is one thing, knowing what to do with it is another. A delicate balance of people's ambitions and fears met fierce political competition. Crises shook the nation. The military promised stability but deepened division. The young democracy faltered, unity frayed. In 1967, after violence and persecution, the eastern region declared the Republic of Biafra. A devastating war followed, nearly 3 years. It tore families apart, brought starvation and loss, a deep, dark valley in the journey. In 1970, the nation chose reconciliation. No victor, no vanquished. Rebuilding meant more than roads, it meant rebuilding trust. The hero survived its darkest hour and learned the preciousness of unity. As the nation healed, it found something immense beneath its soil: oil. The 1970s oil boom changed everything. Wealth poured in. Highways, universities, a new capital, Abuja, took shape. Lagos exploded into a megacity of hustle. Port Harcourt grew with oil. Abuja offered planned order. But dependence on oil made the economy volatile. Booms, busts, stalled plans. Agriculture, once a backbone, was neglected. Oil fueled corruption and inequality. Money failed to become better schools, hospitals, roads. The Delta bore environmental scars, yet saw little wealth. The struggle turned to managing fortune wisely and fairly. A gift and a curse, the hero had new strength and new tests. The heartbeat of Nigeria is its people, over 250 ethnic groups, languages, music, traditions. A vibrant mosaic, Sometimes chaotic, always alive. Nigeria gave the world Afrobeat through Fela Kuti, complex rhythms, bold political lyrics, a voice for the voiceless. Today, Afrobeat dominates global playlists. The Nigerian sound speaks a universal language. Nollywood, once low budget, now streams worldwide. If you can't reach Hollywood, build your own. Bold colors and modern silhouettes stride down global runways. Literature and art carry voices that shape how the world understands Nigeria. Nothing unites like food, celebration, hospitality, community. Jollof, rice, tomatoes, peppers, secret spices, the king of any party. From pounded yam with egusi to northern suya kissed by yaji spice, flavors tell the land's story. Leaders, legacy, and the call for more. Since independence, military and democratic eras, a winding path. Some led with vision, investing in education, building infrastructure, fostering unity, steering through turbulence toward progress and stability. Yet oil wealth too often fueled corruption and eroded trust. Basic services lag: power, water, roads. So the people demand better. Politically engaged, vocal, resilient, debating in papers, on radio, across social media. Grassroots movements and civil society act as the nation's immune system. Elections bring waves of optimism and renewed demands for change. Human talent and natural wealth remain vast, kept honest by the people's persistent call for accountability. The road ahead, a future forged in hope and hustle. After ancient kingdoms, colonial shadows, civil war, oil booms and creative explosions, where does the hero stand? At a crossroads, powered by a young, connected generation, more than half under 25. They build startups, solve daily problems, and reshape identity. They mobilize for justice, change perceptions, and create jobs. When systems fail, they innovate: schools, solar, solutions. The hustle spirit is Nigeria's greatest resource. Challenges remain real and urgent, but resilience and optimism refuse to yield. They sing, dance, laugh, and argue with infectious passion. Nigeria's future will be forged by creativity, ingenuity, and the hope of 200 million people. The hero's journey continues. Don't miss the next chapter.